I think I need to. We are live. Hi, guys. We're going to see if we can get everybody in the picture here. We have a nice fire going. There we go. We have to. Which way do we have to move? Do we have to move this way to get the fire? Yeah, there we go. So, shift a little bit. We are still setting up. We were just visiting with our neighbors, Bob and Barbara, and we start our happy hour at 5 o'clock, so we're nice and primed by the time that we get that that we get.
Can we
here.
admit that?
No, I don't think. Bruce Murray is in the house. Good evening, everyone. WC RV
Lonnie.
Adventures. Good evening.
Lonnie says we're looking good. Thank you, Lonnie.
What a week. What a week. I have got my, see if we can turn it down here. I've got just a little pile of the wood down here. I have been working on getting the refrigerator cabinet and all of that right for the swap over into the RV, swapping over from I like the name Not Cold because it's not the Not Cold 1200, but it's a Norcold 1200. And oh, it has been, I have been working on it at least a few hours every day all this week. And Miss Karen is probably tired of the refrigerator being in the living room.
And the tools everywhere around the house.
Well, I am a guy. All right. The tools just seem natural for me. But yeah, the refrigerator probably not. So.
And screws and nails and pieces of wood and
oh my God.
Clutter.
Yes, yes. It was a much bigger job than I was planning on. I have been filming it, and we will probably do the reveal as soon as we have. I want to say by next Sunday. We do not have a refrigerator yet. So so you know, I'm not building this opening for a refrigerator. I'm building this opening to accommodate many refrigerators.
Any refrigerator.
Yeah.
So Bob and Barbara say hi.
Bob and Barbara, we were just visiting with them, and we told them we were going live, and they ran off, guys. They were afraid of you, but
Tom and Lori say they saw the fridge in the middle of the coach and love what you've done with the place.
Yeah. I think Miss Karen is tired of that refrigerator sitting in the middle. It has been working for us.
Yeah.
And I do have it hooked up. I've got it hooked up to a 12-volt line that's plugged into a cigarette lighter, literally. A cigarette lighter plug, I should say. Yeah. And I have the 110 plugged in. So no, we are not running on propane. We are just running on the electric. And there is no propane hooked up, so nobody freak out.
We're not going to explode.
Yeah. But I will say it has been heating up the coach at night. That has been kind of.
There's a lot of heat coming.
Yeah,
out
there's
the
a lot of heat
fridge.
coming from those fridges. So
Dave and Ninette say they're up in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Ooh, what are the temperatures in Salt Lake City? We are doing wonderful here. What are we about? So let me look at my handy dandy here. 63. We were doing 60. It doesn't feel that cold. We're sitting, we've got the fire.
Yeah, it's kicking off some serious heat.
Presented by Holiday Rambler. And this is pretty much all of the scrap. I reused as much as I could in rebuilding the cabinet around where the refrigerator goes, and bought very little. I'll just say that. I used I did buy oak. Because a lot of the cabinetry is oak, and I have used all of it with the exception of a very small piece. So I pat myself on the back. I didn't buy a lot of unnecessary. And
Lonnie says, no matter what that shows up, will probably won't fit the space that you make. we're gonna find that one fridge.
That one fridge, right? So I'll tell you the
Oh,
difficulty we had. The major difficulty we had was we have a furnace. One of our furnaces. We have two furnaces in the coach, and one of the furnaces that actually supplies the back bedroom is the one that's underneath the refrigerator. Now we rarely ever run our furnaces anyway. So technically speaking, our front furnace could handle all the heating chores that would be needed for the coach. But I asked Miss Karen if we could take out the furnace, and she said no, guys.
no,
No.
we don't know what we're gonna run into, and
Yeah.
if we happen to need it, it's there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it's not the way that it was built. So for me, when I'm looking at a project, I don't want to change. I want to be able to accommodate what it is that I'm trying to do, but I don't want to change the construction of the coach from its, I don't want to redneck it. So everything I will say, everything looks professional, everything looks great.
It does.
And I'm really excited to show you. I wish I could have shown you, and we could have premiered that here on the live. But maybe next week we'll do a reveal, and we'll have that all done.
Yeah,
And
before you put out your final video.
yeah, yeah.
Those who come to the live can see it
Hmm.
before everybody else.
Let me.
Dave and Ninette say it was 90 today and
Oh my gosh!
96 yesterday. So it's way too hot up there in Utah.
Let me
Dang.
let me stoke the fire with some of this holiday Rambler, and
Dang. So Wade and Carrie says 63 sounds pretty nice because they're down in South Florida. And it's still 81 at 9 p.m. at night without the bonfire warming things up.
oh my gosh, we can totally relate with you. We were in Florida 2 winters ago, and first time in my life I've ever used the AC during the winter. I had never used the AC during the winter, and that was unique. Not sure what to think of that. I'm going to take my live glasses off so I can actually read here.
So we have another Karen in the house, Mark and Karen from MNKS Ventures.
Our ventures.
Love your center fridge. Not many walk around fridges.
Yeah, we have a Norcold 1200 fridge island.
Island. So you can't do anything with the top of it. It just sits there.
Yeah.
Well, welcome you guys.
We literally have just started shopping for a refrigerator because I really wasn't sure how it was all going to come out. I was fully prepared to have to scale back my plans. I only had to in one respect. We were shooting for 70 inches tall, which is kind of the standard out there for refrigerators. We made 68.5 inches, which is plenty and gives us many refrigerators that we can choose from. So
much more than we started with, that's
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. So, and I do have a plan if for some reason I need to make that 70 inches. I just couldn't commit to it, and it basically involved insetting the ceiling, and that is an option. And I have some experience with it. So if worse come to worse, we just can't find a fridge or not the fridge that we want, I can't really see that happening. We have looked through lots of ads
There's so many out there.
and there's so many that will fit this opening that I don't think that I need to do anything else with it. I think it's going to work great. So we are at Thousand Trails, taking their adventures to the. We are at Thousand Trails, Bend Sun River, and no, we're not at our place because you don't see the red fire truck behind us.
Come to tell us to put out the fire. Marcy Webb, Imagine Travels, they are finally
Oh,
camping.
congrats. Good,
They're at a
good.
state park in the eastern shore
Sure,
of
of Maryland.
Maryland.
And your state
High today
parks.
was 80.
Wow,
Nice.
that's awesome. Yeah, your state parks must be open. They are still closed. They are opening up
Yeah.
slowly here, but it sounds like the governor has um, basically is going to keep everything shut down until July 6th. I think the reason being is they wanted to get past that July 4th
Yeah.
celebration type deal.
Well, for around here, it's pretty dry. It's high desert, and they're very worried about fires being started with the Fourth of July fireworks, and the fire departments are very nervous when Fourth of July rolls around.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's just all part of the plan, I think.
yeah. So, and that's fine. You know what? It's a minor inconvenience, but we'll be fine. There's no problem there. We will be coming to you live from a new place next weekend. We're going to be at, and I still haven't made the reservations yet, but we're going to be coming to you from Sundance Meadows here in Bend, and it is a privately owned ranch, and we are owners of that ranch, and it's a 900-acre working cattle ranch, um, and we've been I've owned into that for a few years now, so great deal, and can't wait to show it to you a little bit. And
So next week we'll maybe do a little bit of a walk around for the little video that we put up before the Sunday Live, so they can see a little
so they
bit
can
of it.
see it, yeah, so you can see a little bit of it. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
So yeah. We would do a walk around of Bend Sun River. It really is beautiful here. You can kind of see it is forested in the background behind us. That's kind of the way the whole resort is. Um, but everything is pretty much taped off, closed off, and except for the laundry room and the shower rooms, it is closed.
Now they're
So
getting ready. There's an adult pool, a kid pool, or family pool, and a hot tub down there, and they've been prepping on it for a while. Now the kid pool has water in it, so
ah,
they're getting ready to open the
they're getting ready
pools.
to open it up.
Yeah,
That probably won't be until July
July
6th.
6th.
Yep, after we're gone, but that's okay.
But they will have them at some
Yeah,
point.
and we did hear that Bend does a great fireworks show. If you're familiar with Bend, Oregon, they have Pilot Butte. It's a very large butte right in the middle of
Middle
town,
of Bend, yeah.
and they do every year they do a fireworks display off the butte, and it sounded for a while there. It sounded like it was canceled. Now we heard that they possibly are going to run that. I think.
They've ramped it up because they're not spending on money on a lot of other things, so they're going to make a bigger fireworks display this year. So let's keep our fingers crossed that they really do that because that'll be nice.
Yeah,
That'll be
yeah,
cool.
absolutely, absolutely. And let me throw our banner up here because we are at Thousand Trails. There we go. How's that look? Does that look a little more? And then just to make it kind of newsy, let's get our sticker right there along the bottom. If you want stickers, write to us. There's our information right down there at the bottom.
So Marcy Webb said finally, and the state parks in Delaware are opening tomorrow.
Oh,
So they'll be able to go up there soon.
nice,
So they have
nice.
some choices,
Yeah,
places to go, get out and do it. Yeah,
yep, yep.
I like it.
So this job on the refrigerator was a lot bigger than I had planned. Um, when I originally looked at it, I thought, I can do it. I can make it happen, and I did. But I don't think I was ready for the amount of work that it actually took to get it all
Put
done.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I did record it, and I'm gonna put it out there, but you know I've got 30 years worth of uh,
Contractor
contractor building
slash
experience.
repair slash.
I would, not that it would be impossible for somebody that didn't have that
No.
experience, but knowing how everything fits together and where you can shave off, we're shaving off a quarter of an inch here, a quarter of an inch there, to finally get our totals width and height. Um, and that's not easy to look at, from a, and I really don't know how somebody, other than if they already had the room, it might, that video might help somebody. But it was fun. I like a challenge.
Well, everybody's looking for ideas. Maybe that will give somebody an inspiration, an
Yeah,
idea outside of what is already out there. So
yeah,
you never know.
yeah. And I pulled out all the ideas that I could think up. So we will, we will see. If it helps somebody, that would be
Ah,
great. But boy,
funny.
now as far as tools go, I did need a welder, and I did need my table saw. Now the welder we carry with us. I don't know if you're familiar or not, but I have done a number of, aside from my mad sewing skills.
Yeah, first thing we did when we got here,
Oh yeah,
we had a couple holes in our awning because the threads had worn out over time, and they just kind of split along the seam. We take it down, he sews it back
I'm
up.
sitting at the
It's back
picnic
up and
table
it's looking great.
right here in the middle of Thousand Trails. I'm not proud. I'll just go ahead and I'll do it. People are bringing over socks and,
Will you darn this for
can you
me?
darn this for me? No, I can't. You could not ask me to make you a shirt. You could not, but it's,
And Dan used to make fun of you because you got this welder on
I got a
board.
welder on board, but I have used that
Dan and
welder.
Jen,
I've,
Dan and Jen, Nevada.
I have used that welder many times for repairs. How many times have you said, "Oh, I wish I had a welder. I could weld this up"? Well, I have one, and I have done it, and I do it for other people too. So,
Oh,
it's
too funny.
it's a lot of fun. I like a challenge, and that's kind of what this refrigerator kind of meant to me. It's like, how can we make this happen?
So real quick, we have a question, but Jim Bertrand, he's saying hi from sunny Winnipeg,
I
Manitoba, Canada. 75 today. Lots of wind though.
mm,
Yeah, we had some wind the other day.
yeah, when we had hail the
Yeah.
other
So
day.
the question: are you planning to seal the refrigerator roof vent when you install the AC unit?
Good question. Originally I had planned on sealing that up, and I do have a piece of foam up there. Now, I know the reason why he asked that, because those refrigerators, they need space all the way around, because they do generate heat. They do need to
As
have
much heat
cooling.
as it's kicking out in the living room, I understand.
Well, that's different. So
Yeah, no.
yeah, but the
With the propane hooked up, yes.
so I am going to monitor that, and I want to make sure whatever refrigerator we get doesn't get too hot in that airspace around. And we, thankfully do have the option of leaving that vent open up top.
Mm.
I am going to close off where the door is. I'm just putting a piece of foam, and that will close that off. But I think I'm going to judge how the air circulation is, and if that needs to be open, I will definitely open that up and leave that open, because I can't help but think that that doesn't help that refrigerator, since it's in such a tight,
Tight
confined.
space,
Yeah,
yeah. I could see that, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Tom and Lawyer saying, yeah, you fixed the bird feeder pole.
Oh, yeah,
There's another case where it came in handy.
yeah. And I fixed our stairs a couple
A
times,
couple times, that's
and
right.
we haven't shared with you guys, but there was one time we pulled into Palm Springs, and the front end of the truck, the the mount used to tow the truck
Oh,
behind
man,
us
yeah.
was practically falling off. It was that close to coming off, and that took a full day of welding and getting that. So that little welder has come in handy.
Yeah, and
You know.
Marcy Webb says as long as you use it, you can justify schlepping it around.
Yeah, yeah, and it
And
doesn't.
it does get used.
Yeah, and does not take up that much space.
Mm-mm.
It weighs about 30, 40 pounds.
Yeah,
So there is a little bit of weight consideration to go to it. But the welder,
it's well worth it.
yeah,
It is.
absolutely. So, mm. So did I mention I'm glad to be done? I am so glad to be done.
I was just thinking, what can we offload to compensate for the more a little bit more weight for the refrigerator? And I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
this, put it in storage.
yeah, yeah. So there is a little bit of weight disparity between the Norcold 1200 and a regular refrigerator, a residential refrigerator. We are considering, just because we have a big coach doesn't mean that we can't, that we don't have to consider weight.
Yeah.
Um, the new residential refrigerator is going to add somewhere around 50 pounds or so to the equation, and that's something that we'll have to consider. We have not weighed the coach yet, but we are going to get to weigh the coach on the way to Sun River or to Sundance, and maybe we should film that. Um, in Oregon, it's not true in all states because I know I've pulled
Right.
into some, but the scales for the big semi trucks, the scale houses, they leave their when they're closed, they leave their scales on. So when you pull across there, you can see your weights, and if you want to weight each individual wheel, you can. And I've never heard of them complaining about RVs ever coming in there and checking their weight.
Yeah, no, they'd let
Yeah.
you do it.
So you can't park there. You can't park there overnight because they do say it is for truckers. It is meant for truckers.
Hmm.
But if they're closed, you can pull in there and weigh your vehicle, including cars, and see. That's I think they're getting about $15 or more at cat scales at
Cat
the different
scales, yeah,
truck stops.
to officially weigh yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll be weighing ourselves on the way to Sundance because there is a scale house on the way into Bend, and that'll be a perfect opportunity to pull across there and just see what we weigh. You know, so we haven't really been worried about it, but I know a lot of RVs that is a consideration that they need to keep in mind. You
What's
know,
your
especially if you're
gross
married to
weight?
somebody who collects rocks, big rocks,
Little rocks.
little rocks.
Little rocks.
I don't know if the little rocks add
And an
up.
ice maker.
And then I,
Marcy Webb wants to know if I'm getting my ice maker.
she is getting her ice maker.
If the fridge doesn't come with one, I'm gonna get a countertop.
Right.
Coffee maker's out.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to talk about that a little bit. So we are getting a used refrigerator because I'm not 100% that that's the way that we want to go. I'm still I'm a doubting Thomas.
We have to figure out the power
Yeah, and
and
see if the power is going to
boondocking
have,
and
you know, when you read online, you hear about these people that rave about their residential refrigerators and they love their residential refrigerators. But you also read that they stay in parks, in RV parks for most of the year. Well, we don't. We gladly and happily boondock more than half the year.
Yeah.
And so this has to work for us. And I really don't want to be invested in a $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 new refrigerator,
Right.
and
Find
come
out it doesn't work.
yeah
Or
come
it's
a
not
year later we don't
usable.
like it and we need to get the 1,200 back in there again. So after all of this work, and even though I spent the time doing it, I still am. It's an unknown, and one of the things that I know that we can run this is that we have had a Keurig in our coach for the last uh, 3 years,
3 years. Yeah.
and we can run the Keurig. All right, we can run the
Coffee
Keurig.
master here.
All right, we run the Keurig on a regular basis. That Keurig, they say, takes about $92 to $97 a year to run, as far as power goes. And a full size residential refrigerator is like $72, $70 somewhere in that neighborhood. So now, I may have to give up my Keurig
It's for the fridge.
for the fridge, and I haven't decided if I'm willing to do that. You know?
There's no way he's giving up his coffee. Come on, man. Be real.
Miss Karen's ice is pretty important,
It is.
right? So,
Ah,
mm-mm-mm. Uh,
well, yeah, we'll see how it all goes.
we'll see. We'll see. I think we're going to be able to run it. I just don't know what it's going to take to run it. And if we need to add a couple of solar panels up on the roof,
We plan to anyways.
we plan to anyway. Yeah. So I think we can compensate for that power probably with a couple of 100-watt panels and be good to
Just
go.
fine.
Yeah. We better be.
And that's why we don't want the big expenditure of a new fridge until we know for sure that this
Yeah.
is going to fly, and then
Yeah.
we'll deal with that.
Yeah. So, what has been happening with you guys out there? Hopefully, everybody is healthy, everybody is safe. Oh my gosh, let's talk a little bit about the riots and what is
Oh
going on.
my.
We are thankfully a little bit insulated from that. We just see it on the news. And
Portland is the only place that's
Portland, yeah,
really anything going on.
yeah, Portland is starting to act up. And I have said all along, this is kind of a fire a fire keg, a pressure cooker with this whole coronavirus thing. You can't keep people locked up,
Everybody's stuck at home.
yeah, for this long. Nobody can handle their wives for that long.
Husbands. Husbands.
No, nobody.
Husband abuse.
But it is a pressure cooker, and I said it 2 months ago.
Oh,
I
yeah.
said, okay, they can get away with this
That's
for a
right.
little while, but they're going to have to open things up because people just can't be cooped up like
No,
this. And
no,
I
no.
think we're starting to see that boil over, and hopefully the country gets back to some sort of new normal soon. And hopefully you guys
Settle
out
down.
there are,
Yeah.
yeah.
Settle down.
Oh my gosh. So we are kind of insulated, always have been here in Bend, Oregon. It's smaller town, about 100,000 people, give or take.
Yeah.
And so we see what's happening in Portland and just shake our head. We see what's happening in Eugene and shake our head.
That's why we like it here.
Yeah,
Number one, it's low humidity, being the high desert. We love the desert, and it's away from the big cities.
yeah, yeah. And so we don't see, the big city problems that they have going on there. We hear about them and we see them on the news, but uh, hopefully hopefully that gets under control before it gets any worse. I can't believe that it's gone on for as many days as it has. And, I just wish people wouldn't. I'm all for protesting. I'm all for getting your voice out there. But this turns into something else when you start looting and burning buildings and things like that. It's just sad. It's just sad. And hopefully
Right.
that gets under control quickly.
Yeah,
So,
Susie Q's here tonight. She says the writing is sad and disgusting. Boondocking sounds
right,
wonderful.
right.
Go and just yeah, clear your head, enjoy nature. Makes you feel so much better.
Yeah, yeah. And even the time like at Area 51 where we could get away from the news and we were totally disconnected, which sounds scary to some people, even to me, you find some relaxation in it. It's like, well, I don't know what's happening. I don't have any choice in that. So I'm going to sit here and enjoy my happy hour and watch jets fly over. All
Buzz
right.
us and target us. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, you're thinking about that, not anything else going on.
Yeah. Yeah. So being the news junkie that I am, it was nice to get back and see what had happened over the last week. But no, it's now we're back in it again, and
Back
it's
in it for the summer at least.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, all kinds of stuff is going on.
So I've been thinking about things that we can film over the next couple weeks, and we have a lot of great choices here in Central Oregon. And there are two places in Central Oregon, if you're ever visiting Oregon, that you should go. One is the coast. The coast is just spectacular.
Yes.
I mean, there's just no two ways about it. The coast is absolutely beautiful. Definitely don't go if you don't have reservations. Make sure that you get your reservations at your state parks. They're all up and down the coast, and it is beautiful. And then Central Oregon is amazing.
Mhm.
And there is so much to do and see around Central Oregon that there really, you have to, when I think about what are we going to film and what are we going to try to show, I have to limit. There aren't as many, we can't kick out as many videos as there are of things to do
No,
and
we
see.
could run ourselves ragged,
Yeah,
really.
yeah. So we will definitely be, uh, you know, filming and trying to do as many things as is fun to do and interesting to watch and see. But by all means, we are not going to be able to even touch
No.
the surface of how much there is to do around
Well,
here.
we were just talking about Benham Falls.
Yeah,
We should take that hike up to the falls.
yeah. There's
Film
Benham
that.
Falls. There's Tumalo Falls.
Tumalo
There is
Falls.
Mount Bachelor. There is the Cascade Lakes Highway.
All the lakes along
All
the
the lakes
highway.
along Cascade Lakes Highway. We even have the very last, is it Blockbuster Video?
Blockbuster video.
Blockbuster, it has made
The
international
last.
news. Oh, we
But
have,
we haven't been here for 2 years. We haven't checked if it's still there.
oh, hopefully they're still open.
Yeah.
Well, we can give you an update on that too. So, if we see that they're closed, then we can say they closed, but I don't think they are. I think that would have made national news.
Probably.
So, yeah, the very last Blockbuster Video, the place where everybody went to get their movie fix, their DVDs, their VHS
DVDs.
tapes, and
Back in the day, VH.
oh my gosh, yeah. So
That was forever ago.
yeah, it'll be interesting to go in there and see what they've gotten
Oh,
and
sure.
just
Yeah.
see it. So I think that'll definitely be one of the things that's on our list. The lava tubes. If you've never heard of a lava tube is a great big cave. It was created by lava flows underground that followed rivers, and now they have created massive caverns. And
The big popular one is closed right now, but it should be open
Yeah.
when everything starts to open up again. But
But-
there's a lot more.
Believe it or not, there's a lot more than that all around Central Oregon, and we'll definitely probably hit up the lava tubes.
We have a noisy truck going by.
Yeah, we do. So,
It went that way behind us, and now they're coming around the other way. So.
but if you have things that you want to see around Central Oregon, if you've never been here and you're kind of curious, and there's something on your in your mind that you'd like to see, definitely shoot us a comment and
We
let
can
us
go
know.
film it. Yeah.
Yeah, we can go film it and show it to you. I haven't done Sundance Ranch and done a review of that just because it wasn't a public park, and I'm coming to find out that they really need more owners there at the park. So we'll be doing a review of Sundance Meadows, and that'll be fun. I really love Sundance. First of all, I can say it's mine. It is a deeded ownership,
Yes.
and so you actually own part of the ranch. And
But it has an RV park
yes,
in the middle of it, so there's the hookup, power, water, and sewer
yep, yep,
for 60 some sites.
yep, and then
And
another 60
another
or
60
so.
without the sewer, but they still have power and water,
Yeah.
and lots of things to do there. So,
Yeah, yeah. So if you're curious, you can literally just Google Sundance Meadows, not to be confused with the one that's down in California. There is a Sundance down in California. No, you want the one in Bend, Oregon, and it is a 900-acre working cattle ranch. And that it's kind of neat going there because they don't have a lot of workers, and they don't have people that mow the lawns and take care of the place. It's all owners. And if you need your lawn mowed around your site, they have a riding lawnmower or a push lawnmower with a can of gas sitting over underneath the tree. You go over there and you grab the riding lawnmower, you bring it back, and you mow around your site. you know, so it's kind of fun that way.
it's cool. It's different.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
But
nice.
we do have some regular employees that manage the office, that a wrangler for horseback riding.
You do have that.
Yep. And there are one lodge and one what they call the bunkhouse. We'll show you all of that in a review of the place and kind of give you the ins and outs of it. Plus, there's RV storage, which is, just the RV storage alone is worth the amount of dues that they charge per month. And right now it's about $51 a month.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat, and we really love it there. So Deborah Anderson is in the house. Hello, kids. Hi, guy. Hi, Deborah. Are we
Welcome.
related? My last name is Anderson, so I don't know if we're related, but I can't remember any Aunt Debbie's. And so you have to let us know if we're related somehow.
Yeah, it's a pretty common last name.
It is kind of a common
But
last
it is an
name.
S-O-N, not an
It's
S-E-N.
not Smith, though,
Yeah, that's young.
Yeah. So, uh, if you guys have any questions, shoot them at us. Gosh, we didn't prepare a lot to come out to this live. Hopefully, you guys are doing okay out there.
Oh, our fires.
Oh,
not.
am I slacking on the job?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're supposed to be telling me.
Look, you put the banner in the way, so they can't
I,
see it
I
anyway.
put. Oh my gosh, let's get. Nobody
Put the
said
banner out of the
anything.
way. You can't even see the fire.
We can get that.
Oh,
Oh, I got rid of the wrong one. There.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
Look at the fire. Oh my gosh.
We're burning that holiday Rambler. Let's go.
Yes. Fire tonight is provided by Holiday Rambler.
Hey.
Not a paid endorsement, but we do love ours.
Those are just the leftover pieces.
Yeah, that's a leftover scrap from doing all the modifications to the cabinets, the refrigerator cabinet specifically. So,
Tom and Laura said, burn that banner.
burn that banner.
I want marshmallows.
We put it across there,
She's where's the marshmallows?
right? Oh my gosh.
I know. I turned around. There's no fire.
Yeah.
Fire's out.
Oh, now Tom says, "Oh, hey, your fire's out." Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. There, it's going again. How's that? You wonder how fast these coaches will burn? Yeah, there you go.
That's a perfect example.
That's a perfect example.
Wow.
That was pretty fast.
Whoosh.
Yeah, yeah. I got to go grab some more here real quick.
More fire. Oh, and it feels good. That's what I was lacking was the heat. Couldn't feel the heat anymore.
Well, why didn't you say something?
I did. Did you hear me? Oh, now you're gonna really creative on fire. Okay, that's good.
There we go. There we go.
Nice. Few ashes, but nice.
I've been saving this up for just for tonight.
Well, that's right. Deborah wants to know, we're going back to Area 51. She says, I love the videos from there.
Oh my gosh, we actually love Area 51.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. That is our second time there, and we will definitely be going back there. It is enjoyable for many reasons, you know.
Yeah.
So, if you're not a boondocker, if you're looking for an RV park, there is Little Alien.
Little Alien's got some area around it that you can park for free.
Park for free, and they have an RV park, so you can stay there as well. So.
And yes, my back is toasty now. Susie Q wants to know if we've done any geocaching lately.
Oh, we haven't. There is a geocache here right at the entrance to the park.
But we both found it.
But we found it, and yeah, so we haven't. But we do have some travel bugs that need to be dropped off. So hopefully we'll get that. We'll get a couple. We'll probably put those on camera, and
yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Woo! Yep. Look at that fire now.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm feeling it.
Marcy was the Karen's back is toasty.
Deborah says I love Karen. She's a trooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda.
She's been putting up with a refrigerator in the middle of the coach.
God, the whole construction zone.
We had yesterday. I had to rebuild the face frame, and that is the front part that you can see from the refrigerator, at the front of the refrigerator, I should say. And it was really kind of crappy weather yesterday. I was not able to record that as much as I would have liked. So basically, I leave the coach with all this stuff, and I come back into the coach with a brand new face frame. And you'll just have to trust me on it that I rebuilt that and got that all done, because I literally could only go out and work for 10, 15 minutes, and then a thunderstorm would come through, and I'd have to gather everything up, put it away, and there's no way to film that.
On the phone, if you have any kind of weather app, it tells you when a storm's coming. And hours ahead of time, well, maybe not hours, but, it gave us warnings.
Mm-hmm.
Severe thunderstorm,
mm-hmm.
and lightning, and flash flood warnings. And we're like, I looked at the app and I'm like, it's a long, long ways away.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't that much longer, and the dark clouds rolled in, and the thunder and the lightning, and then the hail, and then the rain, and I'm like, oh man, I hope it doesn't break anything, because then he'd have more things to fix. Dang.
which I did
Storm.
during the week. Karen broke the microwave,
Wasn't me.
and I had to fix the microwave.
Wasn't me.
And then Karen broke the handle on the front door on the
that was
entry
me.
door.
That one was me. Before the storm hits, the winds really kick up, and the pines are doing their whole pollen thing right now. So there's this yellow cloud when the wind blows through, and it's like, oh, holy hell! I had to go inside. I didn't want to even breathe that shit. So
Oh, what was the language? This is we're trying to.
whoops. Hey, it wasn't as bad as Lori's. Lori said the other one.
I don't have a sensor that can beep. All right.
Anyways, I grabbed the door to close it to keep that stuff outside, but the handle comes off in my hand.
She grabbed it,
But
and
he
she's standing there
broke
looking at me like, "There's one more thing." that
He
you-
broke it like a week ahead of that. It was already broke,
Uh,
so I just broke it more.
so if you think you don't have maintenance, or you're gonna buy a new rig so that you don't have to perform maintenance on it,
Guess what?
Just-
You will.
just get that out of your mind. All right, because you
Ah.
can't go to the dealership to get everything fixed. It's just not realistic. You're gonna end up doing repairs. So,
No matter what you do.
yeah,
So Tom and Lori want to know how we're going to travel with the fridge like that.
yeah. We got.
Am I going to hold it?
I think the fridge can stay there and travel in the middle as long as I don't hit the brakes.
It is not going to fall over on me. I'm going to let it go.
it's but yeah, I wish we could say that we're going to have a new fridge in there before we need to move. We are leaving here in 5 days.
5 days.
In 5 days, so that gives us 5 days, hopefully,
To do something with
to
it.
get a new fridge into there, and then we'll be all set up for the reveal next Sunday. So
Oh.
fingers crossed. Maybe we could do the reveal and then I can release the video afterwards. So if you come to the live here, you'll get the reveal on the new fridge.
We can do that.
So
Yeah.
that's our hope anyway.
Oh shit. Okay.
There you go.
Imagine.
Karen has a potty mouth tonight.
I usually put on a filter, but the filter's getting weak.
So here we are, coronavirus free and filter free.
Filter free. Dang. What was it? The nickname we gave Dan? Unfiltered Dan.
Unfiltered Dan,
This
yeah.
is unfiltered Karen.
Unfiltered Karen, yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, Bruce Murphy says put the fridge on coasters so you can move it to the bedroom just in case. If I put it on coasters, now I know we could sit in the front and all I'd have to do is step on the brakes and the fridge would come up where I could grab a snack out of it really quick and then just step on the gas and it'll roll on back.
Hi, Marty.
Oh my gosh.
Marty says
hi. How you doing? Oh my gosh. Don't come to Deborah Ann says don't come to Minnesota. Some crazy things. Yeah, that's kind of where it all started from, didn't it? Minnesota,
That's
Louisiana.
true.
Not Louisiana. Louisville. Atlanta. I went over the list this morning of all the states with riots and protests going on, and the cities. The list is long and numerous, and I know most of it is people are just they're tired of being cooped up. So hopefully that will be done soon. Susie, what does Susie say there? I can't read it.
She says, Karen Unfiltered sounds like a good comedy routine on Showtime. Oh, it only gets worse.
You heard it here first.
Tigner Adventures says the fridge on the toaster sliding back and forth sounds like self-service at its best.
I know, right? I like the idea.
WCRV Adventures. Wade and Carrie said the bungee cords. The refrigerator will snap back into place.
I like it. Grab it quick. Grab it quick before.
Open, slam. Woo! There it goes. I love it.
Well, we got 5 days. Hopefully, we can get another refrigerator in there, and we won't have that problem.
Imagine Travel says you're gonna leave. He says you're gonna leave the old fridge in the casino parking lot.
Somebody would pick it up. Probably somebody like me. I can't believe this person left their refrigerator behind.
Film it.
Right.
Oh, that's funny.
No, we're gonna hold on to the old refrigerator because, like I said, I'm not 100% that we're gonna a residential fridge is gonna work for us, and I want to be able to have that as a fallback, and if need be, we will replace the cooling unit on that old fridge
in a pinch.
put it back in. So we will put that in storage. We do have storage here in Central Oregon, and we'll just put it there, and it'll be waiting there just in case. So
too funny.
Yeah. See Tom and Lori. Oh my gosh.
Oh shit. There we go.
How's our fire doing back there now, guys?
Nice and warm.
Yeah, it is definitely warm. The last bit of good that the interior of our coach can provide us. You haven't seen it yet, so it could be totally torn apart and look really bad. So,
Well, the fridge space looks spectacular, but the rest of the coach that looks like stuff.
What is this? Listen, watch the filter. Watch the filter.
There are tools everywhere, and pieces of wood everywhere, and sawdust everywhere, and screws and nails and everything everywhere. So.
It is a process. It is a big job, and I have been vacuuming and trying to keep it as clean as possible. But yeah, there's extension cords, and there was up until about an hour ago there was air. I just got done with this, guys. I mean, when I filmed that, I was literally clicking my heels together and dancing a jig because I just got done with it. So there's air hoses and staple guns that still be and I don't know what other things we had. Again, the only tools that I didn't have on the coach, a table saw that I did need to rip some long boards, and we would have had to rent that if we didn't have it. You can do a lot of things with a skill saw, but there's just some things that require a table saw. And
Deborah Anderson says, kind of like Lucy and Desi in the long trailer.
Right, we're talking about the rocks, maybe. Yeah.
Any of it.
We watched that with Tom and Lori, and I'll tell you what, it had been years since I saw that. And yeah, look at this big piece of paneling.
Bob says if the fire goes low, come over and throw some more wood on it for us.
Bob and Barbara are next door. We were hanging. We have been hanging out with them at 5 o'clock every day. We have taught them the art of happy hour, and they actually I was running about 5-10 minutes behind getting thumbnails and getting the video uploaded and getting this broadcast set, and they came knocking on the door. Where's happy hour?
We're running late. Dang. All right, happy hour.
Yeah, so
don't let us forget, for God's sake.
We are bad influences. So if you hang around with us, we will definitely convert you. Ask Tom and Lori, they know.
Yeah. Don't ask Tom and Laurie.
Although I am
tell
telling
you
more
too
dumb
much.
jokes, although I can't think of any right now. I have to
That
say,
is so true.
yeah.
Every once in a while, I call it a Tom moment.
I love it. I love
Oh, Susie Q says, no wonder Karen's cussing.
it. She lives with me. Are you kidding me? She's used to it by
I'm not
now.
sure who's the worst. Who's the bad influence on who?
I didn't make it all the way in.
Oh, all right. Wayne and Carrie want to know, how long do you stay in the Northwest before heading back south in order to not violate your no snowflake policy?
Oh my gosh,
We
yeah.
leave here end of September.
Yeah, usually if you're not heading south by October 1st, you're wrong. And that's pretty much Oregon, wide. Um, and we've had it actually snow on us, the end of September, beginning of October. And as far as coming up, wow, we actually got up here last week. We stayed at our property here not far from where we're at right now, and it snowed on us overnight. Um, I have, being here 30 years, I have seen it snow on July 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but typically June, we shoot to be back by June 1st, and then we shoot to be out of here no later than October 1st. So that's our goal anyway.
I'm looking at comments.
Oh,
Imagine Travel says, just don't leave it in the box of the new one with your name on it.
what's that?
The old fridge in the box of the new one.
Good memory, by the way. You know,
That's awesome.
speaking back to a time we found a toilet in it was an old toilet in a new toilet box at a
With the
casino.
delivery.
And I couldn't believe the guy filled it up. Whoever had swapped it, it was a guy, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw their old mail.
They put their old mail
They
in
put
the
their
box
old mail in the box, and
with
they
the old
just
toilet.
left it sitting there.
With the old toilet in the new box and let everybody. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And there's that fire. Woo, it's hot. So Deborah wants to know if we're indulging in margaritas.
Ah, that is Taco Tuesday night. Yeah, we keep a supply on hand for our margaritas, and that comes in handy on Taco Tuesdays. And we actually kind of look forward to that.
Yeah, those are really good. But
Some,
typically, he has kind of an Irish coffee, and I am usually something with vodka
yeah, or rum and coke.
or rum and coke.
I'm a rum and coke person. Not very many beers, We you couldn't go into the fridge and find a 6-pack of beer from us probably ever.
Not that we drink beer.
Right. But we'll usually get a beer going into some of the casinos and things like that.
Breweries, burger
Breweries. Yeah.
places, that kind of thing. We just don't buy them and keep them in the fridge.
No, no. So.
No, that's not us. Okay, now my back is cooking again.
Now it's cooking. Well, we got about a minute and a half and something we haven't done in a long time. If you have a YouTube channel, put it out there with your channel name. Let us know what it is. We love meeting new folks that have channels, and we always pick one to go and subscribe to. And we are wrapping up. We've got just about a minute left for this live. They always go so fast.
Yep.
So
We have not been to Alaska, and we're not rushing right out to go do that, but at some point we might.
yeah, just to say that we've been to all 50 states, except I haven't figured out a way to get the coach to
Drive it to
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
So that's probably not going
Might
to
be a
happen.
flight.
But yeah, Alaska will probably be on the list
some
there
point,
someplace. So
Yeah, yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, that is going to wrap it up for us, guys. Jeez, the week goes so fast, and we look forward to seeing you guys, and hopefully you're doing well. Stay out of this whole coronavirus thing. And now we can add on the riots. Hopefully you guys are safe. And we will see you next week, hopefully from Sundance Meadows, and a whole new background for us. So
Susie Q wants to know if we'll film some cows at the ranch, please.
we've got,
Cows are cool. And this time of year, they have
baby
babies. The
cows.
little calves are so
Yeah, and
cute.
we got horses. So we will try to get all of that in. Absolutely. So we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thank you so much for being here. And if you are new here and not a subscriber, please subscribe. We enjoy having you come by and chat with us. Everything full time. This is the way it is. We're raw. A lot of YouTubers won't do the lives there, or real goosey about doing the lives. Hell, I don't care what I say. And
Filter! Got him.
well, that just keeps it fun. You know what? This is real life. So we enjoy seeing
Yep.
you guys here.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
we will see you guys next week. You guys be safe out there, and take care. WSR says have a good evening. Yes, you too. Take care, guys. Tigner Adventures says, hey, David and Ninette. Yeah,
See
you
us
too.
next week.
Yes.
Yes.
Don Profit, thanks for coming by. Great show. Appreciate it. You guys take care until next week. Stay safe, guys. Bye bye.